I think it is important that we have a system of objective measurement of student performance. I am not a professional test preparer, but I was the co-author of the Education Reform Act, and when we put in the MCAS standards, I had something in mind that is quite similar to what we have today. I won't pretend in all of the details, but what I had in mind was quite similar to what we have today. And I think it's also important that education be maintained as a graduation requirement. I remember a couple of years before it was a graduation requirement, I went to Lowell High School and spoke to a honors group, as diverse a body as you could imagine. And I asked them about MCAS, and they said it was too long, and they were probably right. And they said by the third day they just checked out. They just answered whatever they felt like, filled in whatever they randomly chose to. And I said, did you do that in the SAT? And they looked at me as if I had started a second head. They said, of course we didn't do that in the SAT. The SAT counts for something. So when it doesn't count for anything, a lot of kids are going to give it the effort that nothing deserves. And having MCAS as a graduation requirement is not meant to be punitive. It is meant to set a high standard which we have demonstrated all of our kids can reach. If you had told either Roosevelt or Weld and me on that stifling hot day when we signed the Education Reform Act in the home school that over 90% of the kids would pass MCAS, I would have thought you were wildly optimistic. And that demonstrates that all of our kids are educable, and we can't conscientiously back away from that requirement. It's one of the most curious debates that I've witnessed in Massachusetts politics, because both the proponents of MCAS, like me, and the opponents of MCAS tend to believe that the other side doesn't care about poor kids. And it's coming from very different premises and different assumptions. But I think if you have low expectations for poor kids will meet those low expectations. If you have high expectations, they'll reach those high expectations. And that's what's happening, by and large, with MCAS, without in any way minimizing the importance of the achievement gap that still persists.